Coming up on World's Greenest Homes. We're checking out a green home in Minnesota that's got us in the mood for a night on the town.
So it's like we're at a martini bar 24/7 here.
Then it's off to Boulder for a special, eco-friendly part of the home.
This is our bedroom.
Where the magic happens.
Then we jet over to Germany, where an outside pool helps keep a home warm.
The sun reflected into the house and gives more warmth into the house.
Join us as we visit the world's greenest and most extraordinary homes on the planet.
I'm here in the city of lakes, Minneapolis, St. Paul, twin cities that lie on the banks of the Mississippi and Minnesota rivers.
The Twin Cities are definitely the place to be. They've really got it all. Amazing huge glass skyscrapers, architecture with history, and tons of great outdoor spaces. Modern living and nature coexist, and even out in the burbs, green living can be just as hip if you know how to do it upright.
It takes 1 part courage, 2 parts determination, and 5 eco-friendly principles to bring a fresh approach to home building in this traditional neighborhood.
This loft-style home was built in 2007 and has 3 bedrooms and 3 baths. Going green for Jeff and Selena Gallo came with a shopping list. Their 1,800 square foot home had to be energy efficient, built with non-toxic materials, and the hard part, it had to meet all their as yet unknown future needs.
Universal design is looking at how you're going to use the house throughout all the stages of your life. We had to think about all of the rooms that we would need and their possible uses over time so that we didn't have to renovate.
It wasn't just like, let's take care of what we're feeling like right now for the next 5 years. It was an investment in the future. So it was what's relevant now and then what's relevant 30 years from now.
Hi, John.
How are you
Come on
doing?
in.
Jeffrey?
John,
Selena?
good to see you.
I mean this in the most complimentary way, but I'm walking into a bomb shelter. Like, this is a solid building. Holy.
It's not going anywhere. It's very,
No.
very insurance friendly.
This is impressive. Even without solar panels and geothermal heating, this is the first home in the state to get the U.S. Green Building Council's Platinum certification. Man, that's a mouthful, but it's still pretty cool.
We don't have any renewable energy on our house right now. We have plans for solar in the future, but when you have solar or wind power, you right away get a lot of points toward LEED certification. So we had to do a lot of little things to add up towards platinum.
Okay, so that's sort of BST, blood, sweat, and tears. Who cried the most?
I did.
And I sweat the most.
sweated the most?
I suffered the most injuries.
It's not surprising they use passive solar heat to save on energy, but they've taken it a step further. During the day, these huge windows let in the heat, and then that's stored in these unique concrete walls.
What are we talking, like a 9-10 inch solid slab here?
No, it's actually a concrete sandwich. And you have 2 inches of concrete on the exterior. You have 3 inches of styrofoam in the middle as your thermal barrier. And you have 4 inches of concrete on the inside.
The kitchen has turned into a red light district. Literally. The lights above the island are old stoplights, and behind the stove, a funky backsplash switches colors.
It's a dramatic and kind of a fun thing to play with.
So it's like we're at a martini bar 24/7 here, depending on the mood.
This is actually my favorite part because I like to saute and boil, and I've got the nice oven hood to keep the air fresh in here.
When I push that button for my friends, they're just like, oh, that is cool. And they're guys, they don't even cook, but they still love to see things move like that. The dishwasher literally sips water. It's not just energy efficient, it's also water efficient. That's a principle that's throughout this entire house.
You're all about recycling and reusing, like were the cabinet doors short on material and these are like offcuts? Like, well, why the open holes?
Well, that was a space efficiency measure, and it was also just to save on material and budget.
The materials for all their cabinets and floors came from close by. Even the trees used were replaced with new saplings. Nice job.
These wall panels here, they act as artwork and room dividers. And this was actually a Christmas gift to Jeff.
These panels are amazing. They're a blend of recycled materials, including clear water bottles. No kidding.
He's a photographer, and the images that you see on those panels are photos from our honeymoon in Italy.
Selena and Jeff searched high and low for recycled materials.
We were dumpster diving a couple of times, taking metal and wood and even soda cans out of the dumpster because we really tried to minimize the waste produced on the site.
Dumpster diving gives date night a whole new meaning, but it paid off with this stunning staircase and the flooring upstairs.
This is a 60-year-old reclaimed gym floor from a school in Wisconsin. And it doesn't come nice and pretty, already sanded for you. It's covered in 60 years worth of history.
Dirt, gum, you name it.
So you had to take what, like a chisel or a sandpaper to get the crap
every
off?
single plank.
You're kidding
So that
me.
it would fit together nicely.
Right, so you get the TNG together. Unbelievable. How many bedrooms do we have?
We have 2 bedrooms in addition to the master. So right now they're guest bedrooms, but hopefully someday they'll be for children.
In a perfect world, there'd be a boy here and a girl there. Maybe a girl there so they can't climb out the window,
Right, yeah,
climb
yeah,
out
yeah.
on the roof and get out of this place.
It doesn't take long to recognize a theme here.
Personally, I like the cabinetry the most.
No kidding. It's everywhere you look.
We did a lot of cabinetry throughout the house to maximize space efficiency.
It acts as a wall as well, which is kind
Yeah,
of a cool
it kind of
design.
defines the space. I mean, it sets out the bedroom and then it kind of also separates the bathroom, which is nice.
Nobody accuses Jeff and Selena of being conservative with colors, but they do get conservative in other areas.
And we have low flow faucets and shower heads. We have a toilet that's got dual flush, so it uses less than a gallon of water for every flush.
And it's kind of nice that you can do your business in private.
Yes, exactly.
Was that a good design?
Separation church and state.
And for the tub?
When 2 people use it, you're very water efficient.
Aha, the length Jeff goes for a little conservation.
Now that's a couple that thinks ahead and is willing to invest mind, body, and soul to create a spa-inspired nightclub loft that will last a lifetime. Boulder, Colorado is a sophisticated cultural city with a deep, long respect for the environment and has some of the most innovative green architecture in the country.
Boulder is one of the most scenic cities in the U.S. It gets over 300 days of sunshine a year, so it's no surprise Boulder has been voted one of the world's top 10 green cities. Our next home is full of surprises, not because it's close to the mountains, but because it sits so close to the busy, noisy highway. And that's just the beginning. Inside, the noise stays out and their warm 2,900 square foot home welcomes you in, beginning with an eco kitchen and a bright dining room. The master bedroom down the hall is peppered in neutral earth tones, but man, the second bedroom is nothing like the master. Downstairs in the final bedroom, we leave the bright colors behind, just like in the cozy den. And if you want to know how it was made, all you have to do is ask architect Joseph Vigil and his graphic artist wife Brandy LeMay. Oh yeah, and that's their daughter Carmen waving.
I ended up acting as the general contractor, and we were able to build the house fairly affordably by not going overboard with sexy finishes.
When we first found this lot, I knew that it was going to be a big challenge on how to deal with the sound coming off the Foothills Parkway. And so we started with this wall and pretty much designed the house around it. It's a 12-inch concrete block wall filled with spray foam insulation. The real benefits of this are the mass that helps block out the sound from the traffic.
Okay, that's impressive because it works like a charm.
And then also in late summer, when we have the real intense afternoon heat, it helps keep the house from getting too much heat gain and keeps it very comfortable. This is our living room and dining room. I think this is one of our favorite spaces in the house.
I love being able to show off the art in this room, the high ceilings. I have a lot of paintings in here.
We have great light right here. This is our big southern exposure wall. The windows are all made by a company in California. They harvest only trees from property that they own, and they do it in a sustainable fashion. These windows were designed such that in January and February, in the shortest daylight days of the year, we actually get direct sunlight that hits the back of the room. And part of our concrete floors are designed to be thermal mass and capture that sunlight and that heat.
Very cool, or warm, I guess. And the innovation doesn't stop there. Check out these recycled and long-lasting carpet tiles.
If our lovely dog Sam happens to make a mess on one of these and stains it, I don't have to replace the entire carpet. I can just replace one tile.
That's great. Plus, the company that makes these tiles recycles any damaged ones they replace.
When we were designing the house, we needed a new sofa. And I had my heart set on a white leather sofa.
I was nervous that a white leather couch wouldn't be very sustainable because it would get stained.
Here's us, we make design decisions all the time, but we had to ask all of our friends what color sofa to get. And everyone went with the more practical brown. Well, Sam happens to shed white hair everywhere. So my brown sofa, it's covered in white hair, and now I think, that white leather couch isn't sounding so bad. We had a lot of fun with this red table. We got this at a local unpainted furniture store made out of US-grown woods, but it was, kind of dull because it was just alder. And really what we found worked best was just some water-based paint thinned out with water, and then we put some beeswax oil over the top. We really like to cook, so I spent a lot of time designing this kitchen. And some of the decisions we made was to go ahead and invest in higher-end appliances like our dishwasher, which is really energy efficient.
They also chose less expensive yet eco-friendly materials for their cabinets and countertops.
The cabinetry has the European standard for formaldehyde, 90% less than the American standard. They do outgas dramatically less.
We use linoleum, which is a flooring material, for our countertops. It's a natural product.
Carmen, should we look at your room?
Yep. I picked out the orange, and I picked out this, and I made the paintings over here, so there's a lot of colors.
Okay, so now it's clear where the colors come from, except for the back wall where they all decided to leave the concrete block just the way it was.
So now I want to show you the powder room. The back wall is covered with a series of images that I did for a show. People love this bathroom. They probably spend a little bit more time in there than they would normally, just trying to search out the images.
Ah, so much for the bathroom. But what about the bedroom?
This is our bedroom.
Where the magic happens.
We're not big fans of giant master suites. The paints that we used are either all low or no VOC paint, volatile organic compounds. One of our favorite features here is our corner windows. The only thing you can see from our windows are trees, and so it feels like we're out in nature. It's a very nice effect.
It's rare to find a home like this, built with walls so thick it keeps the outside noise from the highway. Well, outside.
For this wall to function as well as it does to keep sound out and keep the house cool in the summer months, we can't afford to have a lot of openings in it. So there are only 2 windows in this wall. We have strategically placed these windows such that they can be fairly minimal, but we have views of the local mountains.
The staircase is made of glulam, a very strong glue laminated wood.
This is an off-the-shelf, very common item that you can get in any lumber yard.
And as far as the tile goes?
It turns out we had enough tile left over from the downstairs bathroom that we could wrap this area in this green tile, which seems apropos since it's a greenhouse.
One of the home's unique highlights is found at the bottom of the stairs, inspired by the Japanese symbol of love and friendship.
The thought was that we would have something tall, something like bamboo. Early plants didn't do so well, so we decided to take them out and we created a koi pond. And I call it the lungs of the house. We've got these plants that produce the oxygen, we've got the water and the sound. It's a very pleasing place to be.
Next to the koi pond, it's their bright and open working environment.
This room was originally designed to be a home office. It has evolved into being more of a studio and craft space. The lower level of this house, it's about 5 feet down, so it's about half level down. We also have very deep window wells that allows us to really capture the sunlight. We can get daylighting all the way through the lower living space. The earth is always around 54 degrees, and we can really use that to our benefit. We knew that our house was going to be different. We wanted to showcase our design talents, and we also wanted to just show what a sustainable house could look like.
Right here, right now, I'm crossing the Dutch-German border, where the edge of the Netherlands meets the cutting edge of German ingenuity.
You've got to love road trips. Germany is a country so eco-conscious they've become Europe's biggest producer of wind turbines and solar power. It's here in this picturesque countryside of Selfkant, Germany, that a Dutch dream becomes an eco-reality. This house can only be described as, well, different. Sure, we've seen other 3-bedroom, 2-bath, open-concept living spaces, but this home's minimalist box design really makes it different. Passive solar energy comes from the large triple glazed windows throughout the home. And on the roof, 20 photovoltaic panels provide the home's energy. I love the reflecting pool, and yes, those are fish. We knew we were headed to Germany, but didn't quite expect the homeowners to be Dutch. Francois and his wife Clemi.
The Holland is a very tight building tradition which is not so innovative.
That's the reason why we're here in Germany. In Germany, they built a lot of green houses like this. Almost 360 degrees, you can see all the things around you, and it's all green.
That's the combination of modern design and countryside.
I can't believe I've found such a contemporary home in such a rural setting. This is very interesting. Show me the way. Okay, thank you. Wow, you don't have to go far to see the contemporary design. It's right here.
This is smart. The floating staircase came together by anchoring steel into the concrete wall, then topping that off with beechwood. It's a great look.
Have you had any accidents on this? I mean, there's no railing here.
No, not at all. Maybe it looks unsafe, but it is very safe. We chose a modern design because that's what we like. It's minimalistic.
These dark ceramic tiles provide a great color contrast, and they come from only 10 miles away. But what's really awesome is their open area extends up 20 feet to a second-story bridge that looks back down into the entire space.
This is really the connection point of the entire house, isn't it?
Yeah. You have contact with all the rooms.
You'd expect the kitchen to have efficient appliances, but probably not who uses them.
Who has the most contact in that domain there in the kitchen?
That's my domain.
It is?
Yes, it is.
Wow, I'm surprised.
I'm the cook, yeah.
I thought you were just the technical guy, but you're good with the hands too?
The most comfortable place to be is here, and because of the view. And
what about for you, Francois? What do you love about this space?
Yeah, the contact with the outside. Yeah, it's almost as you're sitting outside.
The glass on the south brings in passive solar heat, while the outside overhang keeps the room shaded and cool during the summer. They also have a great way to stay warm during cold winter nights.
The energy we use is compressed wood, and it goes automatically into the firing part, and there it starts to burn.
Or is it on some kind of thermostat, or how does it work?
It's a thermostat, yeah.
So it's automatic?
All automatic.
Because the home is so airtight, I knew they'd have to deal with humidity and condensation buildup. Their solution is simple. They use an airflow pump system to keep the air fresh and dry.
The two big flexible ducting system right there, Francois, what's that all about?
One is the air that is sucked out of the house.
Okay.
That's old air. And the other tube is fresh air that is coming inside the house.
This is cool. A house with its own control center.
What's in that box?
That's the electricity meters. So we can see the electricity that we take in from the grid, and the amount of electricity that we put back into the grid.
So you can physically monitor, if you wanted, your daily output and your daily input.
Yes. This remarkable view looking down to the first floor is worth the price of admission. But the second floor is pretty cool as well, especially the spa-like master bath.
So 2 sinks in here. Who's on the left, who's on the right? Does it always stay the same?
No.
Left is mine.
Left is yours.
The sinks are okay, but it's the huge soaker tub that makes the space.
We planned a 3-position bath.
So you can walk around it, and we want a separate shower.
This is yours.
Yes, it is mine. Yeah, I painted it for ourselves.
Cleanie is a visual artist, and many of her works are displayed throughout the home. She's done a great job using colors to contrast the home's simple palette.
I need to express myself by colors.
Okay, it's easy to see why this is called a reflecting pool.
In the winter, the sun reflected into the house and gives a little bit more energy and that warmth into the house.
And inside the reflecting pool, Japanese koi.
Oh, they're huge.
Yeah, they're really big.
How does this clean itself?
The bigger plants grow very fast and they take the nutrition out of the water. And so the algae and all the other stuff doesn't grow anymore. So it cleans up the water.
Here in rural Germany, Dutch citizens Francois and Cleanie have built their green dream home. Intelligently designed, energy efficient, and built for the future.
Come to me.
They come to what? They come to Dad? Oh, look at the mouths on those things. I don't know if I would do that. That's kind of weird.
I don't do it.
Okay, I gotta try it. I don't want to be a wimp here. No teeth in here, right?
No, not really.
Oh my, gee, it kind of feels weird. I got my finger.